All right. So I'm just gonna set the record straight, just because I don't like being lied on. So I'm just gonna explain everything what happened. Now, the reason why I wasn't trying to like get into this too much was because it's not productive at all. Like even if I go separate ways with another catcher, we've done catches together, we'll probably be in court together. So I kind of see it as like cutting ties and moving on with that. And that's pretty much the end of it. But let's explain. Let's. I'm gonna go step by step of what exactly happened. If I can get like an audio check, I don't know how good my audio is. But I'm gonna say like what exactly happened. About one. Yeah, actually, I need an audio check. I want to make sure. I'm very paranoid of my audio. I just see like 6 comments. But there was kind of two separate incidents that I'm gonna discuss. One where actually I think what I said was I just wanted to catch solo. Because I kind of was realizing like me and PP Mass aren't a good mix, and that's kind of it. I mean, I think him like maybe with other catchers even or him alone, whatever, like is good. I'm very soft spoken. I don't like being like it's very easy to overtalk me. So my thing is just like I want to be as focused as possible to catch. And, I kind of came to a decision that I want to catch alone. I didn't even say to PP Mass that I don't like you or I don't want to do catches with you. That's not even what happened. Um so I remember the drive to the police station right after. And then I think it was like I kind of was really thinking about this, like something wasn't right, like I had to kind of make like a decision, and I just said like I made like I think what happened was like Tiny asked me like what's wrong, whatever, that I said like I just came to a decision that I want to catch alone, and that's all I said. That's really all I said. Then PP Mass seemed to have a very temperamental response. He got very angry. He said something. Here's like one of the things he said. Um, he said something like I guess talking about like the paneling, whatever. You want to call this? He said like I say shit with my chest, N word. So he was very temperamental. And then beyond that, I was I still drove him home, and I said little to nothing. I didn't respond at all. But nowhere did was it how the situation went down was like out of again like I would like did he explain why like for out of the blue like I'm never going to do catches with Megan, like how did that happen, like ask questions about that, see if that adds up. Was I also a cameraman that got fired like the first time? Like let's think back, like what was actually true and what actually isn't true. um like he said this whole thing like I wasn't for like the kids, something about like the reason why I want to go solo is because it was going to be like the like so it's going to be like the Ryan show and all this shit. He mocked like these like non-violent citizens against predators, like saying it like in a timid way, I guess, like mocking how I talked, and he was being very disrespectful to me when I was not responding at all, and I was driving him home. Meanwhile, the reason why we got to the catch was I picked him up from the airport. Yeah, he reimbursed me with gas, and we drove to the catch. I have no regrets about that. And that's just what happened. Like I didn't even respond because I knew that he was looking for a reaction. So I did as I was driving. And then I remember he was on the phone with I think Jules, because I'm just saying like exactly what happened. Saying something about like I guess like some people are just like never thankful or whatever, something like that. Um, but I just kind of remember like bits and pieces. But that's what happened, and that all came from me, just coming to a decision saying like I want to do catches solo. I'm just a better solo catcher. That's just what I think I should do. From that whole thing started, and from then, that's the first incident where really I was just like, all right, period, the end. That's over. Like I didn't talk about it after. I kind of said like vague things, saying like, I think when it was ever brought up about like working with catchers, I just said like I think I'm gonna be like a solo catcher, but that's how that went down. And also, if you've paid attention a little bit to some of the lives, the him not turning in evidence up until Wolf actually needed to I think get the evidence from him to send to the police. 100% true. 100% true. What was he talking about? What do you think he was talking about when he was on a live and he said something about not responding to people and saying it's not like personal or whatever, and then like saying his depression is not an excuse for it. But then right after he talks about, yeah, but these days people will just start drama and record all phone calls. What do you think he was talking about? He was talking about Wolf. He was talking about Wolf because once Wolf said what he said, after the police, Tiny and Wolf were pressing him for the evidence, and he was just not responding to evidence, to turning in the evidence. Yeah, like he went public. And right after, um, I guess I didn't hear it. He didn't actually. I think he said he was recording it, but it was a very like tense confrontation between like I guess like from PP Mass, and Wolf was just like, all right, like can we just like talk about this like adults between them? And then Wolf messaged me about saying, yeah, like I don't ever like he's saying he doesn't want to work with Jay because he isn't trusting to turn evidence. And then that was without at all knowing Wolf was not on the catch at all. Okay, mind you, Wolf was not on that New Hampshire catch. He decoyed the catch. Okay, I saw some comments. They're like so uninformed, saying like, "Well, Wolf must have recorded it or something." So, bro, he wasn't even on the catch. He decoyed the catch. Um, and he messaged like Wolf messaged me saying, "Yeah, I don't trust PP Mass to decoy forward because he isn't turning evidence because like basically to the cops, um, he wasn't turning in evidence all the time, um, this whole time, and this went on for weeks." And it was explained that New Hampshire moves a lot faster than Massachusetts does. So it was very time sensitive. So 100% true is he was asked by the cops, by Tiny and Wolf to turn in evidence with no response. That is 100% true. He didn't deny it. Has he denied this once? And I mean, I didn't want to like bring people in the drama or whatever, but I mean, Tiny was in the car while this was happening, so he could verify what I'm saying. That at least just like what happened. Like I started saying like I was a solo catcher, and then he was PP Mass was being very aggressive. I'm talking about the first incident, um, and really actually like berating me as I was actually driving home. I mean, if I was not as nice of a guy, I could have really just dropped him where he was and his stuff and everything, and just took off, and he would have taken Uber. I could have done that. But you know, and I've always set the record straight. Even when me and PBMS weren't getting along or whatever, what did I do? I said like some people were relying on him, saying like he's doing meth. He's never done meth. You know, um, I've always kept it real. You know, I remember I went on Reddit, and as a person I was like working with them a lot, I said exactly what happened because I don't need to lie. But yeah, so the first thing was it started by just me saying I want to catch solo, which I do. Um, and then he threw a tantrum, and I didn't respond, and then I just dropped him off. And then the second incident is PP Mass not turning in evidence. 100% true. Wolf reached out to me about it. I kind of wish I could read the chat logs, but I'm on my phone. I kind of think we should share the chat logs. I think that would be a good agreement between Wolf and I. Let's just share our correspondence of like how this was going down. But it is 100% true that Tiny, Wolf, and the police were trying to reach out to PP Mass for evidence that he didn't even respond to. No, I mean that's true. I mean, yeah. I mean, I would imagine there'd be. I mean, I think there'd be a lot of indications if you're smoking meth or whatever. But yeah. I mean, I'm always being lied on. Usually, I mean, I'm not really surprised by it. But yeah. I mean, that's what happened. And I wonder how the story that he's coming out with, like he said, he never wanted to catch with me again. Where would that come from? Like, who else would drive you to from the airport to where uh to the catch when I didn't say anything. But after that, like all this, like after doing all those catches, like out of nowhere, like he just said, he doesn't ever want to do catches with me. That does that add up? Does that even make sense? It's safe to say PPMS comeback is PP whack. And honestly, here's the thing. Like he said something about like a possible catch or whatever. Like I tried to actually keep this where we could just like keep our separate ways or whatever. But if he's gonna lie about what happens, I'm gonna correct the record. But I mean, if he's gonna catch a predator, I mean, I want him to catch a predator. Like something I also said is I think he set the landscape for getting convictions in Massachusetts by creating a good cooperation with the police and working with the police and everything. So I have no reason to lie. I can say good aspects of PBMS, but I can also say the truth and our bad aspects, and that's 100% true. And here's the thing: like some people are saying, like say this in private, but I mean, he made it public. I want to done this live if I wasn't lied about. Yeah, it was in a live. I guess it would be about 40 minutes back. I don't know if he privated by now, but let the record stand that that is how it went down. And honestly, just ask him about like if like of his story. Ask him specifics. I dare you. See if his story adds up. Like, how did it start? How did it go? Like, how did you arrive to this conclusion of like saying I'm never going to work with Ryan again? Ask those questions. See if it adds up. I got nothing to hide. Like, cross-examine his story. But if it's really a question of like clout, like try over the truth, then yeah. I mean, I don't have as big of a following. Um, you know, but that's a sheep mentality. But yeah, I think I did correct the record. I don't know. I just said like exactly what happened. Um, like I remember, yeah, I remember we were at the police station and it has like had like a waterfall or something like that. And I was kind of just withdrawn because I kind of like noticed there was something wrong, but I was trying to figure out like what to really like how to really say it. But I said like I made a decision. I started with I made a decision, and I said I want to catch solo. And because of that, PP Mass threw a tantrum for the however long the car ride was to his house. Oh shit. I guess that might be true. But yeah, that's what happened. But honestly, though, I mean, if he's gonna catch a predator in Massachusetts, like whose side do you think I'm gonna be on? I'm always against predators. Like I hope he does get a catch. I hope he does get a catch today. I did a catch that was recorded. I'm gonna put that on on locals. I couldn't go live. It was actually that time I was gonna go live and my phone fried. Um, so but I caught this guy at Walgreens. So I have actually a recent catch. Um, he was kind of like a slick predator. We even talked about you wanting to go solo. You've never said anything bad about anyone else, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with wanting to work solo. I mean, I could see like people like have warned me, like it's dangerous. Like, and I don't think any catch. Like some people say, like, well, I don't think any catcher should go solo. I mean, it's understandable. I mean, catching in general is dangerous, if not more solo. But you know, but that's how this happened. I said I wanted to be a solo catcher, and if you recall, I remember like as it was happening, I messaged a lot of people saying like I just want to catch solo, and it kind of was like I just said like that's kind of how I want to do it, because I kind of realized that something wasn't working, and so I mean there's a paper trail of this. No, I mean yeah, no, I don't want any interaction with them. Um, which I mean that kind of alone, like I didn't necessarily want like a because if it just if you think about it, like we're gonna probably end up in court together because we've done catches and those catches go to court and you can guess the rest. So it didn't make sense for me to really get into this. But I'm like, if I'm actually gonna be lied on, then fuck it, why not? You know, I'll tell the truth in court and I'll tell the truth here. But yeah, I don't know. I can't really think of anything more to say. Hope my audio is good. But oh, I mean, yeah, we're definitely do a catch with Alex. Like Alex gives a shit about turning shit in. Alex will put his life into turning things in. Alex is a great catcher. And then Panel Channel tried to say this thing about like being very selective about like working with catches, and that was in the midst of not even like me wanting to just go solo. By the way, I'm not saying like I would always go solo. I'm just saying like in general, I think I kind of think it's just better for me. But yeah, yeah, but I'm trying to think what I was gonna say. I lost my train of thought. But yeah, that was in the midst of him not turning in evidence and being like Wolf was saying I would never decoy for him, and and I would yeah, I mean, and before I kind of was like, really? I mean, it just started from I want to catch solo, but then all the shit he said, then I kind of did have a little bit against him because I'm like, you know, Like I drove him home and everything, and everyone to the catch. And yeah, I mean, I don't really tolerate disrespect, like to an extent. No, this went on for weeks. This went on for weeks. And also, I'll say like I didn't have anything to record it with, and the police didn't actually reach out to me because I didn't have any devices or whatever the reason was. But police, I will say, like just to clarify, the police didn't reach out to me. The way I found out how that even went down was because I got hit up by Wolf and Tiny saying like what was going on, and that's what was going on. And I found out this was going on for a while. I found out kind of late. I think I found out the day, if I recall, I think I found out the day of that PHI stream. I'm pretty sure that's how it went. Like I got a DM from Wolf, and he said, "Shit, I don't know. I can't really read it because I think what I could do is I could do a reading of it at a later time or screenshot it. No, I don't think he took a bribe. I think like I mean, here's the thing: what he said on his own live stream was in line with what happened. I mean, he said something to the effect of not responding to people, right? And he said something about his depression and not using that as an excuse, right? If you remember the live, going by his words, not mine. And then read after, he talks about people recording phone calls because once PB Mass is getting out of control, once Wolf called him out on PHI's live, PB Mass called Wolf. So what do you think that was about? Are you connecting the dots? Yeah, and also what's true is like it could be one thing to say like maybe I'm just having a problem with PB Mass, have a problem with PB Mass, but like is it also true that like why would Wolf just want to have a problem with PB Mass too? Wouldn't it be advantageous to work with like a more experienced catcher that has like a big following and everything? Like why would Wolf just want to throw a catcher under the bus? What value would that do? Think about it. Does that make sense? But it's like that's why I call these things. I don't even call them accusations anymore. I call them narratives because a narrative is like or like a rhetoric. It doesn't really care about what's actually true or what makes sense. It just cares about like I don't like that guy, so I'm gonna believe something negative against that guy. That's it. Chief of police. Yeah. And I mean, good for catching the chief of police. I mean, I want old Prescott. I hope he catches the predator he said he was gonna catch today. Um, but yeah, that's what happened. Freya Wolf wants to be the guy that looks better than PB Mass. Normal people would have a conversation with Jay to resolve the issue. No, listen, here's the thing. Here's what you're not understanding. This conversation went on for weeks between the police and PP Mass, the police, Tiny and Wolf, trying to contact PP Mass for weeks. That was the conversation. So you guys are saying like, some people are saying like, well, they should have had a private conversation, bro. The private conversation happened, but there was no response. So at a certain point, like if anything, the only way a response actually happened was when Wolf called him out, and then PP Mass angrily called Wolf, um, and then started to say like, "I'm gonna start recording you because you're acting unhinged and where you're not discussing this like an adult." After multiple attempts to contact PP Mass, so that's what happened. Like, would you want would it have been better to just continue a private conversation with no response and then let that guy walk? Is that what you would want? Is that a better response? Yeah, it was a long time ago. Yeah, but I'm finding like new ways to decoy. Like I have like certain people I'm trying to like I found to train because like people actually have responded to when I was asking about decoys, and I have some people that have a lot of confidence that they're gonna do a very good job um to uh to catch, and you know. No, but what's your answer to the original thing you said, PatCon? Because if the private conversation was going to go on for weeks without a response, and New Hampshire police are saying we move very quickly, well, like so basically, PatCon would let the guy walk. So take PatCon's advice. That sex offender would walk completely. I think it's more respectable to put aside, like, okay, I could maybe work with sure that's like a big platform that could be advantageous, and putting the catch over that and calling out something that's wrong. And instead, uh, me, Wolf, and Tiny just been thrown under the bus for absolutely no reason for doing the right thing. 1 week. I said a couple weeks. Pay attention. Yeah, I mean, yeah. So I mean, I'm just gonna say what happened. Yeah, and you know what happened? I said in a comment on his live saying, "Oh, really? That's how it went down." Then I started explaining how it actually did go down, and I heard Dead Twist with the ban hammer banned me. Why ban me? Why wouldn't you want to expose me lying if I'm lying? So I went in this chat and I said exactly what I'm saying now, and Daddy Twist Ben banned me, his main supporter. Are they really going to go either way with evidence of what's true, or are they just going to suppress me saying what actually happened? What do you mean? I'm not really sure I'm understanding. Yeah, but if anything, if you think about it, it's like fall in line. Let sex offenders go. And not do the right thing, and apply pressure where it needs to be. I guess like is Pacon's device, and then that would be, and then they'd say tag along catches, right? With that, and then if you actually stand up for something that's right, then you're trying to look better than Jay. It's damned if you do, damned if you don't. Which is, I mean, that's why I'm saying it's rhetoric, it's narratives. It has nothing to do with and something that I recall is PBMS saying something to the effect of like, what if I tell like 500 people um, that you're not for the kids and this and that? You know, I don't give a fuck because I'm gonna tell the truth. Now he didn't end up doing that, but that was like one of the things I recall him saying in the car. But it was a long car ride where he was basically throwing a tantrum, and he's gonna be what 41 soon. When I turned 30, same month I turned 30, I think he's gonna be 41. That's very mature guy. If I was, I don't know, if I was so bad working with them, I would. Why the tantrum? PBS playing Fortnite right now. I don't even know what that is. Tesla's possible catch today. What did Laura do? I don't know. Well, I don't know. I'm trying to think of everything else to talk about, but I think I got it out. I said exactly what happened. Um, no, here's the thing. That argument cannot be used. Wait, actually, hold on. Is that a dox? I'm not sure. I actually didn't realize it was a dox. I just clicked that. I'll just read the comment then. Um, why do we see this group catching over petty drama more than actually saving kids? Bro, the reason why this shit got started was PP Mass not turning in evidence. So don't tell me about the kids. Because not turning in that evidence could have caused that sex offender to walk. PP Mass almost had that guy walk. Cops were asking for the evidence, PP Mass not responding. I'm like, I don't give a fuck about responding to like someone else's text or whatever, but the police for evidence. I remember when I was caring for my dying mom, it was a catch I did in New York, and they were able to send me some legal documents to sign in Florida when I was caring for my dying mom. And yeah, I mean, I was pretty depressed then too, but I still got off my ass and signed it. You know, man, please stop calling PMS on blocked numbers and saying I want to worry no more. I don't know what that's about. Again, there's just like this like Indian giving thing. Like that's why I said like I don't want donations or whatever for a long period of time, because there was like this thing where if you go against the herd, um you know then it'll be like, well, like, so what? In return, do I need to give up my principles, give up what's true, and just fall in line? If someone does something for you, there should be an expectation of nothing in return. You know, and I mean, taught me how to catch. I can acknowledge that. Um, yeah, and also some people were saying like he paid for like the tires or something. Bro, he asked for donations and he got them from Lala and Vlad, and they paid for him. Vlad and Lala paid for the tires that day. That's what happened. So that's also another thing. But like again, people just kind of believe things. You know. Yeah, so basically people just coming in. What actually happened? There's two separate incidents. Where one, it just started from me saying wherever police station we were at in New Hampshire that like I made a decision and I just want to catch alone and solo. You know, and I did actually did a catch solo, and it's kind of just so I can just focus and have clarity and have like less things to think about. And that's, I mean, that's, I could explain that, but the point is that triggered a response from PBMS to basically throw a tantrum the entire way um, until I dropped him off at his house, however long that was. And I didn't even respond. I just tuned him out because I didn't know he was looking for some kind of response. The true PBMS is a Flintstones car. I don't know anything about that. Yeah, but what happened? Yeah, what happened with that, by the way, was PBMass asked for donations on my behalf, which I never asked for, and eventually got them from Lala Blue and Vlad. That's what happened. Yeah, no, he said something. Here's exactly what he said. He said something like he got like very aggressive, and he said, like talking about like me being on panels and everything. He said, I say shit with my chest, N word. You know, I'm obviously not gonna throw an N bomb, but he said something like that. So I'm getting to the exacts. Like this is a very specific thing I'm saying, and like I'm saying a very specific details very shortly after this happened. So you think I'm just making all this up, like with all these consistencies? Yeah, and like remember the first time when you know, like whatever happened, and how that started actually. If we want to go back, was PPMS angrily called me about me working with someone else, and then him saying like I was his decoy, and then eventually there was like a falling out, because like he was starting like very disrespectful. Then you know, there was a falling out, and then there was an edit on one of his catches saying um, that you know that's actually how the name PP Ryan came about. You know that came from it was a edit by Dream Floral. He was editing for PP Mask, and he said that I was a cameraman and I got fired. I got fired without getting paid. I guess I never worked for no one. So yeah, um, that's what happened. Yeah, and I guess like what it really came down to was I don't even think it's completely that uh I would just be a solo catcher. I think what it actually is, I kind of was like really processing the fact that me and PB Mash just don't mix, and I was actually trying to cut it off cordially. Um, by actually saying I would just be a solo catcher, and then he threw a tantrum. That's what happened. Yeah, and actually, if you think about it, if you actually watch that catch, something that's true is that I don't speak that loud. But whenever I would ask questions, like I would get cut off, and you know that being as it is, I'm not gonna necessarily even hold that against someone, but you know it's not a good mix, and I just identified that that wasn't a good mix, and you know that's what happened. I don't remember anything about Tommy. I'm staying on topic though. Uh, Nothing that I know of. So yeah, I guess like just seeing this, and then like just the other narrative that's going on, saying like we're just lying, right? About all this, saying that he was never turning in evidence, that he wasn't turning in evidence. Now I was asked if he turned in evidence before when we were doing catches. He has. I never denied that. But I was saying in this instance, in that catch, the police and Tiny and Wolf were reaching out to him for weeks, and he did not respond, even though it was explained that it was time sensitive. That's a fact. Yeah, so if you remember that live, he said like there was another live where he said something to the effect of he talked about not responding to people and not being personal, um and him saying his depression isn't an excuse, but then right after he talks about people are just gonna try to start shit, and record phone calls, because what he was referring to was Wolf. Like, what do you think he was talking about when he was talking about not responding to people? So I've already kind of said that. I'm just kind of on repeat. I only kind of repeat myself because I see like new people come in. But yeah, so yeah, I'm not just gonna keep going on repeat. But everything I said. Um, hey Valentina's wrote out Valentino when Cam gets accepted into the Navy. Sorry for the dog docs. Yeah, I don't know about that. So I have a question. If Wolf was a decoy, you, Tiny, and Jay were at the catch. May I ask what it was exactly they needed from Jay that the other three could not provide? Um, Not a judgment, legit. Okay, so I think it was a GoPro footage. It was GoPro footage. I'm pretty sure it was GoPro footage. Now I'm operating with my not so good memory, but I'm pretty sure it was GoPro footage. No, actually, I didn't even make an attempt to record. My thing was, I tried to record it with my phone, and it just got like really hot because I was just recording with my phone. Um, but it was GoPro footage, is my understanding. But yeah, I mean, it went on for about 45 minutes. I'm actually gonna end this off. I don't really have anything more to expand on. So yeah, I'm actually gonna end off. But yeah, that's just a clarification on what happened. Um, which there's information to back that up. Um, you know, I don't know if it'll come to that, but you know, there would be no reason to lie, and there's information backing it up. So the question is like, are people willing to just believe something just based on clout alone? But yeah, I'm actually just gonna end. Yeah, some just gonna end this live.